everybody, it's me, Chandra Faith, with another pick a card reading for you guys today. And today we have a pick a card checking in on your separation connection. So that could mean the person you're thinking of is an ex, or you haven't officially met yet, or you haven't even met this person, or you might not even know them yet. Or it could just be a partner who is having a really hard time communicating with you. So this could give you some clarification as well. So yes, this pick a card is for our separation check-in. So we have pile number 1, the Bloodstone Angel. We have number 2, the Achoo! God bless you, Angel. And finally, pile number 3, San Miguel, or my Saint Michael, Saint Mike, for pile 3. So I'll let you guys choose, and I'll meet you at your pile. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Bloodstone Angel, here it is. And good job. You are on Reading Rainbow's Divination today. This afternoon, as I am filming this in the afternoon here in Denver, Colorado, USA. So I'm Chandra Faith. If I already said that. I'm not sure. I just did a Mercury retrograde reading in my last video, and I am totally feeling in the thick of Mercury retrograde. So if I fumble my words or seem a little silly to you, I'm just retrograding, as I like to say. So today we are going to do a check-in into your separation connection. So that means you have maybe no or little contact. This might be an ex. This might also just be a partner that is not vocalizing their feelings to you. So let's just check in with this situation and see what's going on. What should you do during separation? Why are you in separation? We'll try to answer some of those questions, or all of those questions. So Spirit, let's get some cards for pile 1's connection, please. Whoa! Here we go, here we go. All right. Fix that a little bit. Okay. Oh. Oh my gosh, I just realized that there's this cute little spider on Saint Raphael. Whoa, she's blending in. Oh, there she is. Or he. There they is. As you can see, I am not afraid of spiders or snakes. I'm thinking of getting a snake soon. So I'm kind of like a creepy mother. Creepy crawly mother? Yeah. Yeah, so maybe that spiders are significant. Look up the spiritual meaning of spiders. But this is also on the candle for pile 3. So pile 3 might mean something to you. Who knows? It's up to you. All right, I'm going to keep looking at, have you guys look at this spider. And maybe you can even read the St. Michael encryption. I don't know. Sorry, these sometimes, you know, the spirit phone line is busy and takes a couple more shuffles than usual, and maybe it's because you need to read that prayer and stare at that spider. And if, in case any of you guys are wondering what these black ribbons are, it's for protection. A great way to work with magic is use ribbon magic. So finding the meanings behind different colors and using those ribbons for things, tying things on for certain colors, or like what I have with my St. Michael candle. I just tied these laces, ribbons around it just because he is a demon fighter, and just to give some extra protection. And whoa, you are actually, I don't know if you guys see this, but there's like orange, this spider has like orange spots on its butt. Looks kind of like a scorpion. And guess what? Guess what, spider? We're entering Scorpio season soon, if you're watching this at the time I'm posting it. And it's almost Halloween, so you look like you have, what's it called? Green and orange. Pumpkin colors. Okay, whoa, guys. Along came a spider. Am I right, ladies? Okay. Okay. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, Karma, Five of Rods, Knight of Rods, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Rods, and the Knight of Cauldrons. So it seems like what I'm feeling here is that the separation is because there is a third party situation. That you've got, what I'm seeing is that you've got you're the ace. You're the ace in this bowl, which is clarified by this Knight of Rods. And you might be with this person, might be a fire sign, might be aggressive, ready to go. But this is what I'm seeing is this is the counterpart you're dealing with, either in the 3D or somewhere in your life that's very significant. And out here, I think you're actually asking about is this Knight of Cups, who's able to offer you his little spoonful of lovins in here, his little cup. And water is the element that represents emotions. So these are like his emotions and his feelings towards you. And it's kind of, you can kind of see the big difference between these two knights. You have one who's kind of calm. I get this like lotus flower meditation feeling. I feel like this is meditating night, and this is more like I'm going to work out hard and I'm going to chop down a forest and build a house for you. That's what I'm going to do. He kind of offers you more. He shows what kind of actions he takes. He shows you his feelings. Actions, feelings. So that's what I have here, that I think you're dealing with more than one person in this situation. So then we got Karma, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. And Karma in the regular tarot is the Wheel of Fortune, which you can kind of see this idea of a wheel and how things kind of turn from death back into birth. And you see the fetus and the dead knight and going back to the fetus, or I think it enters the soul all around. It's like a circle. And karma works in that way. I feel like it's, yeah, I don't see it as scales, as like every karmic death, there's an equal scaled amount of karma that needs to be made up. It is like a circle of rebirth. Karma is things that you just have to work on, kind of like healing a wound. that you have, like say you scrape your knee, and you could ignore it and not put any medication or a Band-Aid, let it bleed all over and dry on your legs and get infected, or you can deal with it. And that's kind of how people treat karma, is that you can either ignore it and let it fester, or you can work on it and heal it. Because we all have karma. Just because we have a past. Our past is our karma. Whatever we've done in the past has a reaction. The present. The past is, we're healing things that we may have regretted, that we may have ignored, that needs to come to light. And that's what karma is about. And underneath your karma card is the Eight of Pentacles, which is a working card, where it's the Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're starting out your work. This is more of a season. This is like a senior in high school. You've gone through it. You're still a youngin', but you're a senior. It's your senior year. Too bad you're graduating during the pandemic. But it's okay, because you can handle it. Because you're really good at what you do. Just like this guy who's really good at making pentacles out of straw. That's really cool. So what I have here is that you are working on your karma. You know about your karma. You know about these two dudes. Don't mind the gender. They can be whatever gender you want. But right now, they're represented as two knights. And these two knights, you've got this. You've got some sort of handle on it, because you're not represented by some lady card. You're represented by this bunny, Ace of Pentacles, and you've got it in motion. And speaking of emotion, your third section is Five of Rods, clarified by the Four of Rods. So it's this lovely, lovely transition. And I like how it's retrograded now, if you're watching it at this time. It's kind of like you're retrograding back into harmony. Because in tarot, the Four of Wands, Four of Rods is this union, completion. And here in this card, it's you got your man, your dog, your child, and everything's good. But then we progress a little further to the Five of Rods, and we are going to have to deal with other people and their differing opinions, and no, everyone doesn't think like us sometimes. So what I have here is that you have this stability underneath all of this conflict. You have that stability, like, hey, if you can balance these two knights, I think you're really good at this balancing thing. So what I'm seeing is, so obviously you're in separation because with at least one of these people, because you're not with one of them, unless you're not with both of them. But I think if you're not with both of them, then this one, so if this applies, this is a fire sign, Wands, and this is a water sign. So if they have any water in their chart, you can look that up. I was like, I'm not going to list the signs. I might get that wrong right now. I'm not trusting retrograde. So yeah, we got a fire and a water sign. And you're closer to this fire sign. And there's some sort of closer connection with the Knight of Wands than you have with the White of Cauldrons, who kind of seems like he's looking over the whole, he's out of this situation. Your situation is here with the Knight of Rods. But while you're just like, wow, I really wish I could get that break, that cup of water, because I'm so sick of dealing with fire. And yeah, you got a lot of fire at the end right here, so you could also be a fire sign. I'm married to a fire sign, and I'm a double fire sign. I have a sun in Sagittarius, moon in Leo, and then my husband's a Leo. So I know how it feels to just be dealing with fire all the time. It's fiery, and it's nice to meet. It's nice to meet that Cancer, Scorpio. Oh, what's the last one? Well, Cancer or Scorpio, I know for sure are water signs. So anyone better in astrology can figure that. But it's just nice to cool down those fires. And if you have fire in your sign, cool down your own fires with someone who is water, who is opposite of that. And it may be exciting to be with the Knight of Rods all the time, and there's always excitement. It's never a dull moment, but sometimes you want that dull moment. You want to just sit and watch the sunset on your porch without any noise, no talking. I'm fine. We're fine. So this person is outside of your fire sphere right now. So that's kind of what is going on. I think you're doing a good job balancing this situationship you have, and I think what's going to happen is that you're going to take some time. I'm seeing with this Eight of Pentacles that you are working. You've figured out the balance between these two knights, and you're working on everything. Just kind of. But you're longing for this tall drink of water. But it's not gonna happen just yet because you are working. You can't just stop everything. You know this. You can't just stop everything and drop everything, because then look, if you drop everything, you're gonna get hit in the. If you drop your wand, you're gonna get poked in the eye. So you want to keep it like this, which you have. You're keeping it like this. You're keeping it solid. Keeping those four walls. And that's great, because when dealing with a lot of fire, a lot of things can be set on fire. And when you have a dream about being in a house, I see that as different parts of the mind. The basement is your subconscious. The attic is more of like higher realms of thinking, higher consciousness. And yeah, do more research into house dream meanings. You might be having a lot of dreams in houses, and yeah, kind of know which house it is. Have you been in this house? Is this a house from childhood? Is this a new house? Does it look like a house you've known? Does it seem familiar or unfamiliar? Is it your own house? And then yeah, kind of delve into that house interpretation. I think that will be helpful. So let's get, we're gonna get some orb cards, which are really cool cards that have photographed orbs that the authors have deciphered as different angels and spirits. So I thought that'd be fun for you guys who picked the Bloodstone Angel, and since we kind of have like an angel theme going on. So, orbs, here we go. Quick and easy, right, Orbeez? Okay, oh my gosh, this is so cute. And this reminds me, I went on my first paranormal investigation at Haunted Hill House in Texas, and there was this light that it looked kind of like a candlelight, and I kept saying like, oh, that's like a flame. It looks like a flame. And it kept going back and forth like a flame, and it looked like this, exactly like this heart. And that's really funny because one of the investigators there, she went up there and she was just like, oh my God, I saw an angel. And I was just like, oh my gosh, wow, this is, yeah, so we were seeing this in our security cameras, in our infrared. I don't know if it was, yeah, not infrared, but in the cameras, there was this strange light, and then we would go up there and there was nothing. There was no light like you could see with your eyes. So it's Archangel Chamuel and an Angel of Love. Ooh, just one of them. Oh my gosh. And then you have Pixies and Angel Trails. Oh, I am so excited to read about these cards for you guys. You guys have a very magical journey, I feel like, with this, like, balancing these two knights and being the Ace of Pentacles, and you're such a lucky rabbit. It's like, wow. I know that it's a lot of work, but you can do it. And then you have these angels to guide you in this separation right now. So let's talk about number 4. Right. Number 4, Archangel Chamuel and Angel of Love. Okay. This orb brings love and joy and a desire to share this with others. Your guidance as you meditate with this orb is to visualize your heart center filling with love and feel it becoming warm and radiant. Then, when you smile at others, you will touch them at a heart level. You will enfold them in unconditional love and Archangel Chamuel's light, and you will then help to spread this to the world. Ooh, spreading that love. The only thing you want to spread right now is love. Love and joy and desire to share with others. That is so sweet. And I like how it's like 2 chairs. So I feel like that, like you have such a big heart that you can handle having the love of 2 knights and balancing that. And that I know you want to be with the Knight of Cauldrons right now, but this is being that spider that's weaving this beautiful web. You can't take off a piece. I don't think you can leave your Knight of Rods behind either. So somehow I think these angels are going to guide you to understanding how does a human love like that, love so openly and without boundaries. How do I do that? It's weird if I do that, but you know, angels don't have genitals. So I feel like they can really experience love in a way that's not coded by our society's norms and sexuality. So let's get Pixies and Angel Trails. That sounds fun too. You seem like a fun person. I think you pile ones are very fun people. Okay, Pixies and Angel Trails. This card reminds you of the interconnectedness of all things. Pixies are earth elementals who look after the structure of soil and work with the bees to help get flowers pollinated. They work quietly behind the scenes, helping us in unimaginable ways. Your guidance is to remember that everything you do adds to the whole, whether it's recognized or not, and you are particularly asked to contribute to the world of nature. So yeah, I think connect with bees. I feel like look up bees, bee spiritual meanings, or you might be noticing bees a little more. And that I feel like that's, again, your spider, insect, weaver, colony, queen mentality that you have that's been working with you so well, that you are like an insect that helps the earth as well as helps the rest of their community and the people in the relationships, because you can handle 2 people in your relationship right now. And even though it's going to take time for you to be with the knight you truly want to be with, just keep working on it. Weave that web and it will catch you when you fall or you feel afraid to take a leap of faith, when you finally go and be like, hello, turn me into a princess. I was stuck as a rabbit. Pour that water on me. Whoa, man. Okay, let's do some chakra cards. I'll show you this. Chakra Wisdom Oracles. Yeah. So we'll see what kind of chakras you need, what chakra you need to work on, and I'll read you the stories behind them. So we've got gossip, and we've got impasse. So let's start with gossip. Oops, wrong book. So gossip is in the green chakra, which is the heart chakra. And this card, put it up. This card represents the truly open heart with no personal agenda other than love, but it could also indicate the opposite, rebellion and denying your true gifts. An ability to follow your heart can appear to others as careless or strange. Yet, in truth, everyone wishes they had the loving openness of chartreuse. Ooh, that's how I feel about you, Pile 1. That you have such an open heart, and people are like, what is she doing with 2 nights? Only 1 night per person, please. That's what these 2 ladies are thinking. You're just like, my heart is so open, and I have a army of pixies and angels of love in my heart, around me, surrounding me, and I don't need your judgment. I don't need you to tell me that I just need to have like the kid, the husband, I was gonna say horse or dog. It's like, no, I am working on this, and you could just be in an open, like a publicly open relationship, that maybe you're married to this person, and your person knows that you're also dating this person, and it could actually be just a hello. Sorry for the interruption. I was having my pilot light lit, speaking of fire, so I was just gonna get that done, so I did. So we were just in the middle of talking about how, yeah, if this resonates that you are rocking an open relationship, then good for you. I mean, that is great. And either way, if it's not an open relationship, if this is like, this guy's a secret relationship, you're really balancing it well, and I applaud you for that. We also have impasse. I feel like you have just things like you're going really good, and then things are just standing in your way, and you just go, okay, this is just another problem, that's fine. And I think that's a really great mentality. I want that mentality, to not be afraid of problems. I think most people think that at one point problems are just gonna go away, but it doesn't. I mean, there's a problem all the time. Sometimes you need your pilot light lit. And yeah, things will the beauty of life is not that there's no problems. That's why I have a difficult time in believing in heaven, where it seems like there's nothing to do, there's nothing to solve. That's the beauty of the universe, I think, is solving problems and getting through obstacles. And I love that quote where your obstacles are detours to your goals, and that's beautiful. And that's what I'm getting from this impasse card, is that you are rocking those problems and getting past the impasse. But this is also, so I said this was the heart chakra, and this is the orange, which is the sacral chakra. So look into those chakras for clearing and see what's going on there. So impasse, Reggie Rest. This pass is obstructed. Reroute. Reggie Rest is a guardian angel. One day, 2 friends, Clem and Craig, are dismayed to discover Reggie blocking their path through the mountains with no way to get around him. Wondering why Reggie wanted to stop them and not daring to try to pass, they take another route. Reggie then moves on, having protected Clem and Craig from a landslide ahead that would have claimed their lives. And the landslide brought me down. That's what I feel for you. I feel that's what you're like. That song is like, it sounds so sad and weak, but then it's very empowering for me to hear. And like, it has these sad elements, but I feel like you're like that song, that using those sad elements to push you up and like trust your own intuition and avoid those landslides. So yeah, I'm gonna have some songs for each of the piles as well from my As Lovers Go playlist. So you'll get each a love song. So Landslide isn't on there, so that's just another song selection if you want to look into that. All right, let's read some more about it. Inspiration. This is a reroute, not an ending. Oh, that is just what I said, that quote about obstacles or detours. This is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked, and you are not at an impasse. You are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do you wait for your present situation to change? Stay focused and find another path. Personal inquiry. How adaptable am I? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? Change of direction, regroup, and refocus. Protection from harm, guardian angels. And pile 1, you got some guardian angels. You got an army of love behind you. Key ideas, change of direction, regroup. Oh, I already read that. Keywords, wisdom, opportunity, surrender. Surrender. You must be like to listen to music because I just keep getting songs. Or that song is on the one of the Guardians of the Galaxy mixtapes, so you might like that. You seems like, if you don't already know about that soundtrack, I think you'll like it. Meditation. Visualize that which you wish to create. See yourself doing the very thing that you feel is currently blocked. Allow yourself to experience the joy this outcome will create for you. When you're ready, open your eyes and write down what you have visualized. Remember that there are many paths to your destination. True. And I feel like if you don't see it, I'm telling you that you've been balancing these two paths, these two nights for so long. But there's like a million ways to get there, and I know you truly want to be with the Knight of Cauldrons, and it will be a beautiful journey. It's going to be filled with a lot of challenges, but I think you can handle it. I think you could handle it, my pile 1s, my Ace of Pentacles. Hey pile 1, sorry about all the interruptions. I'm trying to do so many things at once, and my husband just called me. And it's funny, my husband called because he's that fiery knight in my life, and I think that reminds me to, if you guys believe this is a twin flame connection with your Knight of Cauldrons, then I think your Knight of Rods may be your karmic partner. So maybe also if we're all looking into balancing, look into karmic partners and twin flames if you haven't already, and I think that will help you do the balancing act that you've been working on. I feel it's like you're not only like, usually the Two of Pentacles is like more of this juggling, balancing two things, but I feel like you're balancing at least 5 things. So you might have kids, you probably have a very busy job, and it's just like, and you have 2 nights. But I love it. I love it. So let's get some divination blocks. For you. Ooh, I wish. Oh! Cool. The frog, a 4, and a bee, and an elephant. So I want to talk about these two, which I think are both very lucky animals and also hardworking. Like, the frog works hard to become a frog through all that metamorphosis. An elephant is very strong, and I like that idea that it doesn't forget and is very loyal to its pack, or whatever you call a group of elephants. So it's really great. I think you're going to use that kind of transformational energy of a frog and that strength of an elephant. And please look up the spiritual meanings behind these two animals. I think that will help you very much. And then we have B and 4, which could be significant for you. And finally, we will have some charms and stamps. All right. Okay, so I've got this ivory piece of a necklace. A lot of these my charms are just broken bits of jewelry, but this is from an ivory piece. And this piece always reminds me, just because it comes, and ivory comes from elephant tusks and I don't know, different rhinos, and it's probably not a good thing to buy. I didn't buy this, I found it. But now it's shattered and it's like bone, and it reminds me, it kind of symbolizes to me that your ancestors are behind you, that this bone that this animal had to sacrifice, it's here to help you spiritually. This animal, I think that's another confirmation for keeping an elephant as your spirit guide, because yeah, the strength and that beauty, strength and beauty I see in you, pile 1. And look at this. I put both of the, I was like, I only need one. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I found 2 of these, or if I picked it up 2 of these for a reading? And I did. And that, I find that to mean that you really have a twin flame here, that you have a twin flame connection, and you are 2 pieces of that beautiful butterfly that's transforming, who goes through metamorphosis just like the froggy. And then we have this wheel on a chain. It's kind of cool because these aren't all connected, but I kind of see these are 3 different charms that all got connected. So the little man, these kind of diamondy beads, oh, there we go, fall, and there's a leaf on it. So it's kind of, if you're watching this now, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this at the time I'm posting it, it's fall, and I like that leaf and how it fell down. So you're balancing like your love life, your work life, or this is your work life, and your person, your other person, and other people. This will just mean people in general. And yeah, sorry, my spouse keeps calling. I'm gonna finish this up. Okay, so yeah, you have all that connected, and then finally this circle, golden circle, you're keeping it moving. You're keeping that karma circle moving and circling. And finally, we have the stamp letters. We have a W or an M, a 6, a 4, another 4. 4s could be, and you got the 4 of rods, which is a great twin flame confirmation card, and Q. So that's all I have for you, pile 1s, and thank you for enduring through all these interruptions, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and you picked the God Bless You angel, and I'm going to read the prayer on this. This angel is a testament to God's faithfulness and love. Please carry me in your pocket as a reminder from above, because our life is like a river and has barriers that block the way. Keep your eyes upon our source of strength when you lift your heart to pray. God bless you. Great. And this was given to me by my mom, and that line, our life is like a river, reminds me of that NSYNC song. Our love is like a river, peaceful and deep. Your soul is like a secret I never could keep. When I look into your eyes, I know that it's true. God must have spent a little more time on you. Yeah, that's the message that just came through for you people. God must have spent a little more time on you. So I'll spend some time on you, pile 2. So today's reading is a pick a card about your connection if you are in separation. And that can mean physical separation, emotional separation, whatever comes to mind. And we're going to just kind of unlock your relationship and see what's going on with this separation. And maybe what's going to happen in the near future. So let's dive in. Spirit. Ooh. Let's get cards for pile 2. You're checking into their connection. Some cards about their connection. I know that it's true. Justice. Ooh. Okay. Like pile 1, I feel you are balancing masculine energies. But pile 1's was more of balancing 2 lovers. And I feel like this can apply to some of you, is that you're dealing with a father and a son. Your partner and a younger offspring, possibly. If not, it just feels like there is a balance between older knowledge, older, wiser knowledge, but underneath kind of taking that leap of faith and understanding that you may be older and wiser, but that doesn't mean that you need to play it safe. You need to take some risks to get what you ultimately want out of life. So let's dive in a little more. So we got the 4 of Pentacles, clarified by the 7 of Swords. We have Illusion, which is also the Moon. Knight of Swords, so Illusion, the Moon in regular tarot, clarified by the Knight of Swords. And King of Swords, whoa, thumb is in your face. King of Swords, clarified by the 9 of Cauldrons. And your overall bottom of the deck energy is Justice. So, let me get into this. Let's start with the 4 of Pentacles, clarified by the 7 of Swords. So this is just a lot of hoarding energy. These are the 2 hoarding cards. I feel like taking what you can, not sharing. It's hard for you to share. So what I see is, I see you hoarding both your material possessions and your mental possessions. And what I'm seeing is that on the surface, you're showing that, hey, I'm really into my own space, into my own stuff, like, please ask me if you can touch that. And what really it's a mask for is that you really are trying to keep your emotions safe. You're trying to keep that, keep your boundaries, because you are afraid to step over your own boundaries. You've built an electric fence, and now you're scared to leave your property because you fenced yourself in, basically. And that's probably that's an issue that you'll have to deal with in the separation. I think that if you truly want to get out of separation with your person, that you need to start unlocking your boundaries and venturing out, because you're not going to, by being so closed off, you may meditate and think about your person all the time and really work on yourself in that way. But if you're not going to let your truth out to other people, it's going to be really hard for you to let it out to your person. And we have moon or illusion clarified by the Knight of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is that what Spirit is trying to reveal to you is that you are this Knight of Swords. You are ready to go forward and meet your true potential. And for some of you, I said this was representing maybe a son or a offspring. And what I'm seeing is that you are frustrated by the development of this offspring, and are worried that you're not doing enough to push them or get them through whatever they're going through. And what I'm here to tell you is that you need to stop pushing, and you need to just let them figure this out yourself, because you need to do this with yourself as well. You're not allowing yourself to take leaps of faith or do that extra thing to move you in the right direction if you want to end separation. I'm feeling a lot of longing and hoping and wishing, and that's really not going to get you anywhere. It's really about taking the light aspects of this card and thinking, what action can I do? And one of the options is not nothing. It's, what can I do? Should I message my partner, my person? Should I talk to them about how I feel? It's a lot of these questions, but you need to ask these questions instead of ignoring them. You've got to come out of your shell and really move forward. So then we have the King of Swords clarified by the Nine of Cauldrons. And so again, going with this father-son, father-offspring dynamic, I'm seeing that the father figure, or your person, is, if your person is the one who had the child with you, then it's telling me, or it's the spirit is telling me that you are going to find a lot of happiness and joy with just hanging out, the two of you, and stop worrying about where you can not worry about your offspring. And because it seems like whatever's going on with your child or children, it's really weighing down on you, and you just need to have a good time with your person. And or if you are in separation, physical separation with them, message them or contact them and be like, I'd really like to hang out, and maybe we can just have fun instead of talking about, the kids like we usually do. Like, just try to remember what it was like before having kids, and what did you guys talk about before then? What did you guys do before then? Doesn't mean that it's terrible that you had kids. It just means that you need time to remember who you are beyond being a parent. And for those of you who aren't parents, I'm seeing as your person may be also a little older, or you might just be really stuck in this idea that you're mature, and maturity means not taking action, just being like, I'll see what happens. I'm not gonna risk going into things and not trying, just forcing the situation. You're frightened of that. You don't see the positivity in just charging in and taking the opportunity. You want to just sit on your throne and wait for the other person. And you could wait a long time, especially in separation. I think that you need to start looking in on what you're hoarding, if it's physical or emotional or both. See what is this extra baggage in your life. I think a lot of you guys in pile 2 are using your person as a distraction from your own life. And there's no way that you guys are going to get back into union if all you're thinking about is them. It makes sense. If I think about a person a lot, put these hours, minutes into thinking about them, something will get through, something will happen. But it actually works in a way that you have to work on yourself first. And I know it's really hard to not think about them. I'm not saying stop thinking about them completely, because that's impossible. But find ways to work on yourself, just yourself, and see what is it within you that needs decluttering, what needs to be organized and taken out. Because I feel like you're just ignoring these things. You could actually be a hoarder and have a lot of stuff in your house, and you can start there. You can start there with the physical hoarding, and then work on the decluttering of your mind and your thoughts. And so finally we have justice, which I feel like for you guys, for pile 2, is your organization card. Like, I feel like this justice guy it's like one of those hoarding shows where the host comes in, they're like, we're gonna clean this all out. Or I don't think I've actually seen a full hoarding show, but I kind of get the gist. And this is like your organization guru is justice. And look up the justice card, what it means in regular tarot, or I could say regular tarot, but I mean Rider Waite, or just or scratch that. You can just Google justice card tarot, and I think you'll get a couple gems out of the meaning of this card, because this is about balancing those scales, making everything right in your life. And what's happening to you right now, this worrying, this yearning for your person, is not helping you get up these steps, baby cakes. It's just keeping you stagnant. And you have the power to move. I know you're an accomplished king, but you have that power to move and maybe even make the first move in this separation. Maybe be the one to reach out to your person. And if nothing comes out of that, that's fine. Go back to working on yourself and decluttering your mind. Yeah. So let's get some. I'm feeling some mermaid oracle first. Okay. So we have Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. I really like saying her name, and she has another deck I have called the Fairy Tale Oracle, so I think she's a great writer. And yeah, Lucy Cavendish, that is a sick ass name, I believe. I believe that. Okay, friends. Alright, let's get some mermaid advice on this connection. Atlantis. I just got the song Atlantis by Donovan. And it's just a nice clearing song. I think it's Donovan. Maybe it's not. I'm sorry, File 2. Could be. I want to say Leonard Cohen, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Either way, if you're really called to searching for that song Atlantis, it's gonna be a journey. If I'm not correct with either of those names, so yes, the song Atlantis. But I'm also going to have songs picked out from my, well, not picked out, spiritually picked out in my love mix as lovers go. So I'll put that on there as well, and you can check your song out with your pile pick. So you've got Atlantis. Look at that beautiful card. I love how she has legs and fins. Rapid development, excellence, and success. So let's read about that real quick. Number 19, if that might have some significance, or maybe on the 19th, the upcoming month, maybe that's a good time to make your move. See what calls you. Atlantis, the mermaids sing. We are at a golden moment in time. So much is changing so quickly. Humans are awakening the planet at the point. Humans are awakening the planet at the point of having a time that is at once peaceful and exciting, dynamic and comforting. It can be a time of greatness in your life, but you will need courage, and the desire for power over must be shifted to power to. The more you know you are connected to the divine, that you are the divine itself, the more you will behave in ways that are divine. When you lose that connection and that belief, when you view yourselves as merely impermanent, meaningless players on a stage, temporary witnesses, then the golden time can vanish. Keep the vision alive. It is time to strike that balance between selflessness and the actualized self, who is operating out of love, not hubris. Yes. Look up the word hubris if you don't know about it yet. But this is what I'm feeling, that he's feeling that hubris, that call of the ego to stop you from taking those action moves. And you have a lot of fear in you. And honestly, I think the best way to get rid of your fear for you is to declutter your home. I think most of you in pile 2 have a problem like me where I get very anxious about cleaning up. So now I always have to be consistently clean, and sometimes I will fall into a week where I don't know what happens. And clothes get thrown on the floor, and then after a week I'm just overwhelmed by the pile up. So emotionally and materially, I feel like you were overwhelmed by the pile up, and that to feel divine and to feel that power help you be unafraid, you need to just slowly take care, organize your physical world first. Start at the physical world before you go into the spiritual, mental world. I think that you guys have been doing the opposite, trying to clear your mind first before you clear your, you're like, if my mind is organized, I can just stop thinking about this person, I will get to cleaning my room. I'll get to organizing that closet. And it's, I was like, oh my God, this is hitting home, because I was just like, I still have closets to clean, and I feel like I'm not always the cleanest person, and it's hard, because I feel too that my mind has to be cleared first before I clear out my physical realm. But it's the opposite. You need to do the physical first so your mind can see what's happening and see what it looks like to be uncluttered and clean, so that your mind can be like, here we go, refreshing cleanliness. So let's read the divination of this card. Atlantis. A feeling of connection to crystals, to sea creatures, to being able to heal and work with people telepathically. An urgent desire to do something more meaningful with your life. Past life memories as an Atlantean or even a dolphin. Dugong or other sea creature surfacing. Learning to swim, dive, mermaids, scuba dive, and a desire to be beneath the waves. Connection to ancient sacred sites, feelings of bliss, connection, and higher powers, and abilities returning to you. A sense of being at one with angels, animals, wizards, and all a wonderful variety of beings in your life who have so much in common with you. Greater powers of communication, less fear and feeling. You have great abilities and fearlessly exploring them, perhaps for the first time this lifetime, not being so concerned with making a mistake. A sharpening of abilities, an appreciation of science, the desire to experiment and develop abilities, the astonishment of seeing how quickly you can advance. Flow, high vibrations, sophistication, logic, and brilliance are heightened. So yeah, I'm feeling such a connection to you, Pile 2, because I get such fear of being organized, and I get such fear of doing these things and being the best possible me I can. And it is so easy to slip into just daydreaming about your connection and what can be, but you're not going to get anywhere, and you're not going to get any younger. That's what I tell myself. So just really connecting to the divine and the divine within you to just move you forward, to pick up that one sock, pick up that one thing. There must be something. I don't imagine a lot of you are like, well, I'm the most organized person in the world. I am very clean. I don't understand. Well, then I don't think this is Piles for you. So yeah, to declutter the mind, declutter your physical reality first. And yeah, kind of what I'm seeing is that your life is like Atlantis. It's a beautiful city, and it is thrived hidden away, and you need to start bringing it to the surface. And once you get, like, that clutter is just engulfing you like the water, and no one is able to see how great and wonderful you are, and you don't feel great and wonderful. So slowly you will, once you start organizing and clearing that stuff out that you see in your room, in your house, in your car, any physical place that you work or live in. Just see where you can organize it more, where you can clean it up more. And that's the first step to uncovering the Atlantis of your mind. So, let's get, is that? Okay, wow, you have the Shadow, the Hunter, the Nectar, and Apocalypsis, which is like its root word, apocalypse, like, whoof. So I think you need to prepare for things to swirl up. And if you're watching this at the time posting it, it's Mercury retrograde. And I think there's just going to come this moment that will, like a big gust of wind, will just blow your stuff all around the room, metaphorically or physically. And you need to prepare for that by being organized and really start doing that. Get away from just obsessing over your person, because you need to work on yourself now, or your life is just going to get blown away. So we also have the Shadow, which is looking into your shadow side, which I like to tell my viewers that to find your shadow side, you think of that song, That's the Shit I Don't Like. And think about that. What shit is shit in my life, and what do I not like? And see where that leads you, because that is where you need to start. Because the hardest thing is to start. to unravel that thread, to clear all that brush, to declutter your hard drive. So many metaphors, but I think something will call to you. And then we have the hunter and the nectar. And what I'm seeing is being this hunter in your piles of things and stuff, as you organize it and clear it away, and how your mind is getting clear, you're going to develop this nectar. You're not a hunter of animals. You're a hunter of a special nectar. Special rejuvenating light that will infuse your body, but you have to uncover your life first. Organize your life to uncover it. So then let's get some divination blocks. Yes. I like digging in there. Ooh. Okay. All right. We got the elephant and the dragonfly. Dragonfly, I think of the story of how he's a messenger into the dream world. And pile one also got the elephant. So this idea of strength and loyalty, I find with elephants. So also look up these spiritual meanings. That's also helpful, of the dragonfly and elephant. See how that also resonates in your life. And then we have two letters, L and O. And then pick some charms and stamps. Let's see what we got. Alrighty. I got the pine cone. So forest and nature could be very helpful to you as well as you take a break from your organization. Also, I like to say, when I get the pine cone, to look up the pineal gland and what you can do to work with that part of your brain. Because especially with going into learning about the divine part of yourself, use your pineal gland. And that's all I'll say about that. And then we have the butterfly wing, which again, I think this goes with the dragonfly and this flight out of the life that you right now feels so heavy. And there is an opportunity for you to grow wings and transform into a highly creative and organized person who is able to get their counterpart or the person you're thinking of, get their attention through just seeing how happy you are with yourself. Because right now, with you just yearning, and it's out of love to yearn, and really, it's really nice to spend a lot of time thinking about your person, but it's not going to get your person's attention. You're basically hiding under a rock. And really, that's how twin flame unions happen, is not from focusing on your partner. It's going inward towards yourself, and that you light up like a Christmas ball, a light up Christmas ornament, and they see you. If you're just in your dimness and just hoping and wishing, nothing's going to come true. And finally, for our charms, we have the bow. It's a crossbow. So crossbow or bow and arrow, and you got the hunter. So I think you're ready to hunt. Hunt for Red October, because it's October right now. Hunt for the divine you, but uncover it through clearing out your physical world. Pile 2. Okay, we have a Y, we have another O, or a 0, or a swirl, whatever resonates with you. And then finally we have an E. So that's all I got for you, pile 2. So I'll see you next time in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. I put your block back in the block bag, but you're pile 3 if you wanted to make sure. And this is a pick a card reading for your connection that's in separation. That could be physical or emotional. This could be an ex, a current partner who's emotionally distant, or your twin or karmic partner. So let's get into it. So I don't know what this tarot deck is called. This is one of the first tarot decks I got that was given to me by a friend. And yeah, I have no idea what this tarot deck is. If you know, comment down below. But this is basically a regular tarot deck. So let's get going. So Spirit, what is going on in this connection? What is happening in this connection? Whoa! Party time. Okay. And dream. Just gonna put these together. This is my first card explosion that happened. So, 8 of Swords. Ooh, I'm really resonating with this reading. So let's go with it. First of all, I'm not trying to make it all about myself, but look at that Emperor card, which is my sign for my twin flame, and this usually represents an Aries, and just a all-around dude, living his life, living the land, ruling the land with power and authority and justice. And there's his little sheep. And my gosh, lost my train of thought. Oh, I forgot to give my Mercury retrograde warning that I may fumble some words and get more brain farts than usual. So bear with me. I'm sorry, pile 3s. Okay, so yes, this is really resonating with me. So maybe I'll talk more about my twin flame journey and how I'm separated from my twin flame currently. But we have the Emperor clarified by the 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords represented by the Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Rods represented by the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles underneath there, underneath the surface. So let's look into this. Oh, and your overall bottom of the deck energy is the 8 of Swords. So we have the Emperor clarified by the 3 of Pentacles. So this means that your counterpart is working it, being his best self. I'm talking about the masculine, feminine counterparts. So doesn't matter what gender, but the masculine partner is really working it, working that job, working his life, working himself. So that's great. That's probably why you're in the separation right now. And since you mirror your partner, you will probably be also working yourself. I'm surprised the Empress didn't pop up. But maybe you're not there yet. Maybe your counterpart has already reached these hefty goals. They may be older than you too, but they've reached their goals and you're still in the process of just getting there, moving it up. We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Yeah, we're moving on up is what I'm getting from these cards. And you guys are just really working on yourself and really just being that great energy, that great power, using your power. The Emperor and the Empress are this power couple who work the land both mentally and physically, and they're not dictators, and they understand the people and they understand themselves. That is a great ruler to me. That is a great rule for rulers. So then we have the Four of Swords, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. So my Four of Swords is my dream. Okay, so the Four of Swords in this deck, I see the woman and she's built this fortress, this beautiful fortress, but it doesn't cover her up. It's not hiding her. She's open. Her heart, her body is open, and she has this gesture, open hands. Some people do this at church to get in touch with God, and you have these open palms where you're receiving. She's receiving. And usually these swords can harm people, right? And they can hurt, but she has them placed kind of like the Four of Wands card as her four walls. And swords represent thoughts. So these are her thoughts. She's got them organized, and it's because she's connected with her dream world. She's analyzing her dreams. She's picking out those messages that are so hard to find sometimes. You're like, what is going on? For those of you who are having a lot of dreams, having dreams about your person, try getting this deck, Dream Interpretation. It's great to just wake up and you have a dream. And like, if you're like me, most of my dreams are like, why? Why? And it doesn't like, I can just sit there and try to decipher it myself. But I use the dream interpretation cards, and they show different motifs of dreams, common dream motifs. So I bust those out and draw messages that are coming from spirit through the imagery of the dream interpretation deck and the images that are in my mind. So I just try to put that energy into the cards, or you can try doing this on your own, like as a meditation. And after you wake up, you have the weird dream, you just review it in your mind, like play it back, play the scenes that you remember in your head, and put that energy out into the universe, and then wait for it to come back and see if you're getting any messages telling you what this dream is about, any feelings that this dream is giving you. So underneath is the Wheel of Fortune. So what I see is that these dreams are spinning that wheel for you and your person. They're both connecting you, like how this Ouroboros, the snake who's eating its tail, goes in this cycle. And it's spinning that wheel. Before, you were afraid of that wheel spinning. You were like, oh my gosh, if I spin the wheel, I might land on a tower moment, and no one likes tower moments. And now you're like, okay, I get it. We're both working on ourselves. He's in his emperor mode. We may not be talking. We may not be seeing each other right now, but we are both on each other's minds, and we are making the wheels turn in this relationship, even though we are in separation. And And that's really great. That's really great for you guys. And then we have a 5 of Wands, clarified by a bunch of cards, mostly pentacles. And look at how beautiful that, how it's like, it's very, I want to say, I just keep saying the word beautiful. And it's in this vein where life is beautiful. And you see this from the Ace and the 10 of Pentacles. You see this happy couple rejoicing in their material wealth. And also, you just have this sense that they're also emotionally wealthy and understanding of themselves, and having that great ruler mentality, using your affluence for good. And this is, the Ace of Pentacles to me is like a starting card to getting you to here. It's like, this is your first coin. You get like starting out in a video game and you get 1 coin, and then you're on your own till you reach the end. And when I say life is beautiful, I also say the good and the bad are beautiful. So after these cards, we have the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. So 7 of Swords is kind of getting away with what you can, but not being so upfront about it. Usually this card is about this feeling of thievery, or something has been taken, or you're taking something away, just feeling like, I feel like this person thinks there's not enough swords, and he doesn't need 4 swords, but he's just like, well, I need to take what I can because I am so used to not having enough. And same with the 5 of Pentacles. It's this feeling of not having enough and being so bogged down by life's hardships. But it's still beautiful that sometimes you will have these thievery moments or sneaky moments, or moments you're not so proud of, but you needed to do that to help yourself. And then you'll also have these moments where you feel like there is no way I'm going to, how the hell am I going to get to 10 Pentacles? I only have 5 and I am just stuck. And I think all of this is happening to you guys right now in your separation for a beautiful, beautiful reason. And that's because when you get together, there's just going to be bliss. There's just going to be happiness because you've worked through all of this while you're in separation. That's why if you're reading for a twin flame, the twin flame journey is my favorite part, is the separation. I think the best part. And I'm not saying that I love the separation. Oh no, part of the separation. That's why what I'm getting from your cards is everything, good and bad, makes this beautiful piece of art. Your relationship. Your relationship is that beautiful piece of art, and the separation is the paint where you get your colors, where you find things. That's what the point of a video game is. When you don't know what's going to happen, you have to hone your skills and keep moving forward. Even if you just start out with 1 coin on your little Mario journey. So what's going on in the surface is that there's 5 of Rods. You're dealing with a lot of stuff. They're dealing with a lot of stuff, or a lot of people. And I mean, everyone deals with problems. And I was saying this with another pile before, that you can't get rid of problems. We fall back on this idea that someday we won't have problems. There won't be a problem. We just get upset now because we're like, okay, in the future, I'm not going to have problems. Right now it's shitty, but I'm going to believe that one day I'm not going to have problems. But that's so untrue. You need to live with problems like you live with brushing your teeth. Okay? You may find it difficult to brush your teeth every day, but you don't find it like a problem, like something that's hassling you, like a coworker that's being terrible to you at work, or not having enough money for things. It's these problems that you need to work on, because under the surface is this beautiful journey. These obstacles are detours. I think I mentioned that in another pile as well. But yes, obstacles are detours to your goal. They're pushing you. You're like going through, just think of like sports playoffs. They're so exciting because it's down to the wire. People are up against challenges, and it's just a great process. It's fun and exciting compared to the regular season where you're racking up scores, you're racking up averages, but you're at the playoffs and you have different battles, and it may be your emotions will go up and down, but it's exciting. It's the playoffs. Yeah. And finally, you have Eight of Swords, bottom of the deck energy, overall energy for your reading. And so that's where you get kind of stuck in your dreams, in your non-reality. That this person has trapped himself. You can get out of that. I mean, there's the Eight Swords. There's obviously like a gap right there too. Usually this card is depicted as a woman who's blindfolded and tied, who's caught in this circle of swords. But this guy seems to know the way out. So I feel like you guys are almost on your way out of this mentality, thinking, oh, things aren't going to work out. You just have these worries in your head. You're not believing that your person is thinking of you or working towards the same goal you have. You have all these worrying thoughts about your connection, and you're almost there. You're almost out of it, both of you. I mean, your person is working it, and he's there, or they're there, but he's just getting out of the hole, and you're just almost to the top. So I think that's great energy for you guys, that you're almost stepping out of that. So let's get some medicine cards. These are my animal oracle cards. So let's see what animals are here in this connection. Spirit. There we go. Contrary, badger. Upright moose. All right. Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. If any of you guys know that old vid. Okay. Okay. So reverse badger or contrary badger. Let's see what that energy is about. Here comes Badger upside down and fuming. This could mean that you're being chewed out by someone else, or that you have expressed your anger in an unhealthy way. If this applies to you, remember that all anger stems from anger toward the self. It is an anger of helplessness that is misdirected toward others. If you're angry at a coworker for telling the boss that you were looking for another job, you're really angry at yourself for not keeping your own secret. If you're angry at your children for disobeying, it is usually anger that stems from fear for the children's well-being. The self-anger condition is usually present when you have silly accidents, falls, cuts, and scrapes, or when you find yourself bumping into furniture. Badger in the contrary position can issue in a time of reflection on what you feel helpless about. Is it your lack of aggressiveness or initiative? Is it your fear of being blasted or belittled if you present a new idea? Maybe it's a time when you need to get in touch with your own jealousy or envy of others who are willing to put themselves on top through hard work. In the reverse, Badger teaches you the pitfalls of shyness and insecurity, as well as of misuse or vicious aggression. Go to your feelings. Maybe you just need to let off steam. If so, scream into a pillow and then punch it a few times. It'll surely put Badger back into balance. Badger can be difficult medicine, and learning to use it properly is a rare gift. In another context, contrary Badger could be calling you to use herbs and roots to heal your body. Badger reverse may also be putting you on notice to be aware of those areas of your life that need the input of someone else's aggressive creativity to spark your own. In any case, contrary Badger speaks of a need for more aggressive action in life. No more inactivity can prevail without creating pain of some kind. Badger. Wow, so this card definitely clarifies this Eight of Swords mentality, and I can totally relate to that aggressive anger that boils up, and that it is hard to recognize that it's coming from you, because when you're angry, you're angry at someone or something, and like if you're bumping into things, you're going to yell at the thing that stubbed your toe. And unfortunately, that also goes to yelling at or getting angry at people around you. And you have to understand that that stems from yourself. There's something in yourself that you're angry about. This has nothing to do with the outside world. And it's so hard to see that, and it's so painful to see that it's coming from you, because people do shitty things to you. Things hurt you, and it's hard to, in that moment, bring yourself back and see, like, where am I wrong? And that's that whole meditative process that I feel like this bottom of the deck is going through, is that we gotta dial it back when we feel that our aggressions are coming out. And I want to reread this sentence. If you are angry at a coworker for telling the boss that you were looking for another job, you are really angry at yourself for not keeping your own secret. If you're angry at your children for disobeying, it is usually anger that stems from fear for the children's well-being. So you have to find these underlying things in your anger. Where is this anger coming from? Because you can't just keep spewing out anger all the time. You're going to self-destruct or really hurt someone else. Anger is a very dangerous emotion. It's a very strong emotion. And it's also a very helpful emotion, because that's where you can find your shadow side. What are you fearing? What is upsetting you? All right. So then we have Moose, number 11. So this could be a sign for your connection, that this is a twin flame connection. We got that 11. And so let's read about your Moose energy in this situation. Moose is found in the north of the medicine wheel, as is buffalo. North represents the place of wisdom. Self-esteem is the medicine of Moose because it represents the power of recognizing that wisdom has been used in a situation and that recognition or a pat on the back is deserved. Moose is the largest member of the deer family and has great strength. The call of the male moose is an awesome thing to hear on a musky spring night. His pride in his maleness and his desire to share his need with a moose cow are displays of his sense of self-esteem. The bellow of a male moose can be viewed as a positive force, since it represents his willingness to tell the world about his feelings. This tell the world trait contains a joyfulness, which only comes with a sense of accomplishment. There is no greater joy than a job well done. This trait is therefore not a seeking of approval, but rather an enjoyment of sharing because of the spontaneous explosion of joy that comes from the deepest part of one's being. The wisdom woven throughout the scenario is that creation constantly brings forth new ideas and further creation. Moose is telling us that joy should be shouted with pride. The wisdom in doing this shouting is that the joy is catching. In a sense, the bellowing is a way for all of us to lighten up and give ourselves or each other a well done. Moose medicine people have the ability to know when to use the gentleness of deer and when to activate the stampede of buffalo. They understand the balance between giving orders to get things done and having a willingness to do things themselves. The wisdom of moose medicine is akin to the grandfather warrior who has long since put away his war paint and is now advising the young bucks to cool their blood. Moose medicine is often found in elders who have walked the good red road and have seen many things in their earth walk. Their joy lies in being the teachers of the children and in being the first ones to give encouragement. This is not to say that moose medicine people do not use their wisdom to warn as well as to give praise, because they do. Moose medicine people know what to say, when to say it, and to whom. The elders are honored in tribal law for their gifts of wisdom, for their teaching abilities, and for the calmness they impart in counsel. If you are wise beyond your years and have the gift of moose medicine, use this gift to encourage others to learn and grow. There are many facets in the wisdom of moose medicine. If you have chosen the moose card, you have reason to feel good about something you have accomplished on your journey. This may be a habit you've broken, a completion of some sort, an insight on a goal, or a new sense of self that you have fought hard to earn. It's a time of feeling harmonious pride and of recognizing those who aided you in the process. One good exercise in moose medicine is to write down things that you can love about yourself and your progress in life. Then apply these same things to friends, family, co-workers, and life. Don't forget to share the findings with others. They need the encouragement as much as you do. So what I'm getting from this card is that you and your emperor are just doing your moose call. I was like about to do I was like, let me do a moose call, but I have no idea what that would sound like. So look up moose calls. And you're doing it through your projects, through completing your goals, getting through your anger issues. You're getting closer and closer and closer in your separation through knowing yourself and just working on what you need to work on, because it's so important that you keep that in mind when you're in these modes, when you feel really hopeless in this connection. I mean, you're already having all the dreams and the dreams won't stop, so you've accepted them. So you need to just accept that you're on this journey and that your person, even though they haven't physically confirmed it, is on this journey with you. And it's gonna take time, and the best detours are your obstacles. I love that. It's from a card that I saw in another reading, and I got it a couple times. So yeah, I love that. Go towards your obstacles. If you don't, it's gonna take a long time. And people, we don't live that long. Humans do not live for that long a time. Longer than they used to, but people can waste their lives. It is a real thing. Lives can be wasted. So let's I wanted to, you guys pick pile 3, St. Michael, and I wanted to read the prayer for you guys. Here it is. Prayer to St. Michael. Holy Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protector against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray, and do you, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the other evil spirits who wander through the world seeking to ruin souls. Amen. So there he is, and he's usually depicted as fighting the evil elements, and that usually is thoughts and things that are trapping you. So you and your person are guided by Saint Michael, and connect with that energy. Find out more about Saint Mike. He's one of my good angel friends. And yeah, and if you're dealing with any work that has negative energy, work with him. It's a lot easier to lessen the load. So let's get some, since we have this angel theme, I have these orb cards and we can see what spirits, entities are guiding your connection at the moment. So let's see. There you go. Well, what do you know? Mike is down to be your angel. Archangels Michael, Uriel, a unicorn, and El Moria. I don't know who El Moria is, so let's read about that. But yeah, look up Michael, Uriel, and unicorn energy. That's a good group of people. That's a good A team you got there. Michael, Uriel, a unicorn, and El Moria. So, El Moria, the master of the first ray, which is red. He carries the energy of will, power, and action. And that's great because the candle in my San Miguel candle is red. And red is the root chakra. And that can help, if you're getting connections to that red root chakra, that's the beginning. That's your first chakra. And from that, you can keep moving. Put the coal into the red chakra. Your chakras are like a train. So keep it going. All right, so let's read about your card. Archangels Michael, Uriel, a unicorn, and El Moria. This orb gives you courage, healing, and support in your ascension pathway. There you go, moving on up. That's what I'm saying. This special card will help you link to the wisdom of the Egyptians, for they were connected to the cosmos through the pyramids. Yes, please look up the Egyptians. Oh my gosh, I love learning about the Egyptians. I have a book about them. Maybe, it's a teacher book. The Egyptology Handbook. Oh my gosh. There's so much wisdom in the Egyptians, and people who say you can't learn anything from past wisdom, or that the Egyptians didn't have this like sacred wisdom, I'm just like, there is so much evidence that they do have a wisdom that is transcendent to us, and is what I see is really downplayed in our history books about how influential the Egyptians were to us, are. So, yeah, and just, that pyramid energy, I love it. Pyramid is my favorite three-dimensional shape. And also look into the idea of a Merkaba, and that's like two opposite pyramids on top of each other, turning into kind of looks like a 3D Star of David. So yeah, a lot of Egyptian pyramid work, that would probably help you out. I find it helpful. Your guidance is to use your passion and strength to discover this ancient wisdom, bring forward esoteric knowledge, and teach it to others. Yeah, that's what the moose card was talking about. Sharing your wisdom through your unique moose call while you're calling out, sending out those moose songs out to your person. Other people are going to hear other people will hear it, or hear the energy, or hear the energy, feel the energy that's coming from that, and the joy and happiness you feel of accomplishing your goals and getting through problems every day with the help of your friends. That sounds great. And then let's get a unicorn oracle. And then I'll get your divination blocks and charms and stamps. So we have Unicorns. Okay. Unicorns. And since, of course, that's so great that I picked unicorns. I pre-picked the packs of cards before I start each reading. And each reading has the same main deck that I use for the beginning of the reading, and then each pile has their own unique decks that I chose. So I chose the unicorn before you got the unicorn. So that's pretty cool. So unicorns, whoop. What messages do you have for pile 3? All right. Oh my God. Healer and delight. Oh, that is still going with this moose medicine. These. I was like, this is you guys. You guys are both unicorns and moose. You got the antlers, you got the horn, and those horns and antlers are supposed to hold wisdom and healing power. So healer is you have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. So yeah, you and your partner, your journey is healing the world. Healing yourselves is healing the rest of the collective. It's another drop in the bucket, and thank you for that. Delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. Yes, once you accept your healing powers and your wisdom, you're going to have such delight. You're going to pull your head up and say, hey, I can walk right through these swords and not get cut once. Okay, so get some divination love. Okay. All right. All right. We got a Z. We got a T. We got an O. And we got a xylophone, which means that music and song are really important in your connection. And that's I was talking about your moose song. And your song can also be expressed through what you're doing with yourself, how you and your partner are working towards your goals. It's a song. A song is a journey. And you can also just be, if you guys are in separation, I think a great way to connect to your person is through listening through music. And maybe make a mix of songs that really help you get through this connection while you're in separation. Use music to heal you. I don't know what. Whoa. I'm so confused. Okay, T-O-Z. Okay, there. All right, so let's get some charms. Okay, only stamps today. Okay, got some more letters. We got a T, I think. Interpret that as you want. I one. That goes with your Ace of Pentacles. You got started out with that one coin. Now you're so grown. H and X. All right, pile 3. That was your reading for your separation check-in. So I will see you next time at another reading. Bye-bye.